And after all, you're my wonder wall. Man, that song fucking sucks.
And we're demonetized.
Demonetized. Copyright claim. I can cut it out.
Why would you do that?
Because that song fucking sucks. What's going on, everybody? What is cracking? Who is in the house? I know this is such an odd day. Time of the day for us to stream. But fuck it. Fuck it. We got to make it happen.
You got to take advantage of my migraine-free day.
There you go. What's going on, Movie Dojo Army? Fans of tokusatsu? Fans of kaiju? What is going down? Let's see who is here in the house. We got Jake Hall. What is cracking? Lady Danish. Hold on. Lady Danish says, no, this is much better than doing work. LOL. Hello, everyone. Oh, Kitchwack, what's going on? Ethan, what's cracking? Bo, what is going down? Let the oddity begin. Yes. Kevin Lambert in the house. What's going on, my friend? Severio, what is going down? He says, morning, everybody. I got to be honest, I don't really care about Ultraman at all. I'm here for the rant.
Fair enough.
Who is this guy?
Some hack.
Who is this guy? I never heard of this. You guys know who this guy is?
Some hack YouTuber.
What's going on, brother? How you doing, my friend? Jamie Powell, the legend, is tuning in. What is going on? All right, let's go ahead and get into it. We got enough people here for this out of nowhere bootleg fat rant of the day.
I'm not gonna lie. I actually wanted to do this at the end of Ace.
Yeah, because our rage and disappointment was fresh, and those are the best fat rants.
Yeah,
but time went by, and then I went straight into Ultraman Leo.
It was like
we got to finish that.
Well, it was like, okay, this is what happened. We finished Ace, and then this is what happened. Okay, as soon as you ended, because I was in and out with each of the Ultraman series, because you were able to plow through them, whereas I was just coming in and out of each episode.
Right.
But I would watch the really good episodes.
Right.
So anytime the Ultra Brothers would jump in, I'm like, okay, I'm there. I gotta watch. You know?
Right.
And with the Return of Ultraman, which I'll just refer to as Ultraman Jack.
Yeah.
I was in for the heavy episodes, like when some of the
crazy
characters died. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, that was so surprising.
So with the conclusion of Ultraman Jack, I was like, okay, I gotta see the next show. And so as soon as Ultraman Ace started, I was like, oh, I hate the lead already. And I thought, very interestingly, I was like, oh, wait a minute, we've got two leads, a male and a female. And I'm like, in a 70s Japanese show? That's fascinating.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought that they would have done something like that.
Especially for around that time.
That's what I'm saying.
It was very surprising.
Especially because women in the Ultraman series, as of that point, they were relegated to love interests and side characters on the team of each respective monster fighting team.
Right. What's up, Neenan?
And they were not very big characters. I'm like, you're a co-host of an Ultraman? Are you serious? That's big.
Right.
Well, we'll get to that.
Well, let's set the scene first.
So by the end of Ultraman Ace, I was so irritated that I'm like, I need to get into the next show. And so we jumped right into Ultraman Taro, and I was so enjoying Ultraman Taro that I'm like, fuck Ultraman, I don't want to talk about Ace anymore.
Right.
And so by the end of Ultraman Taro, we jumped straight into Ultraman Leo.
Right.
And by the end of Ultraman Leo, I'm like, we got to rant. We got to get into this.
Yeah, we got to do it.
We just ended Ultraman Leo yesterday.
Yeah,
and
so we got to get into this.
Here we are today, ranting our asses off about a 40-year-old
two adults
Japanese kids show.
Yeah,
because that's how we roll here.
So let's set the scene a little bit to kind of build up to our our disappointment in some ways, our huge disappointment. So when Samurai was young, I remember coming across. Oh shit! Watch out now. I remember coming across on TV, hey, how's it going? What's happening? Several episodes of Ultraman. And I was just like, when you're young, it's like this is the greatest fucking thing ever. But I was young, I didn't know what time it would come on and all that stuff. And now, 5 billion years go by. We bought it on DVD. Like the first season came out on DVD.
I don't even know. Was it the full season?
No, it was the first season.
I mean, was it the full season, like the full series?
I don't think so.
It was like selected episodes.
Yeah, it was selected episodes.
And it was
right.
bad dub.
Yeah. It was
bad.
It was what was released over here in America. So he had the whole cheesy Ultraman, jazzy theme song, right? And then was it worse than Captain Twat Waffle? So we started to watch a couple episodes, and then we'd be like, well, this is fun, but we just never went back to it for some reason. Now, Mill Creek's released all these sumbitches on Blu-ray, and, some of them will be DVD only, and I was like, you know what, now's the time to jump in, right? We like tokusatsu, we like kaiju, let's go. So I've been buying, I have all of them now, from the original Ultraman and all that. Popped it in, watched the original Ultraman, really enjoyed it, it was a lot of fun. Every single one of these shows has their good and their bad episodes, right? But Ultra 7 was the one, 777. Ultra 7 was the one where I was like, I like this dude. This might be my guy. He takes off the fucking mohawk and throws it at people and kills kaiju, right? I mean, I wish I could do that shit. Just like, what'd you say, motherfucker? Wow. Right? Be the greatest thing ever. So, I was all in on Ultra 7, man. I really enjoyed it. And then of course, Return of Ultraman, Ultraman Jack, again, had its good episodes, had its bad episodes, had episodes where the kids were tolerable, had episodes where we wanted to kill the fucking kids. And then we had those crazy episodes where certain characters die, and we were like, holy shit.
Yeah. We
were stunned. We were like, oh my God, for a kid show, it blew our mind. So Taro was fresh. Taro was a nice little... Okay, they just went straight goofy. They're just having fun now. They're not, So we enjoyed Taro. But again, even in Taro, there were good episodes and there were bad episodes, right? I mean, there was an episode where they broke out and started singing, and Ultraman was dancing. So, good episodes and bad episodes. But the goofy charm, the cheese is the charm, right? The goofy charm is good. But now, before Taro, we jumped right into Ultraman Ace, and right here, we're going to get into it now. We're going to start it now. Right, Ace. So the Guillotine Prince. Now, the good thing, what else did they call Ace? They called him, not on the show, but fans call him the psychopath. What is it? The
murderous psychopath.
Is that what it was?
Something like that.
Okay.
He's always killing people.
Yeah.
He's like the most, he's like the craziest. He's like always dismembering people. His monsters.
No, what I loved about Ultraman Ace was, I think this was probably the most violent of all the Ultraman shows. I mean, look at this right here.
For a while,
Look at this. This has to be the most violent. I mean, motherfuckers are getting sliced in half, gore, decapitations. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I enjoyed that part of Ace, and our cats are excited. I guess we're streaming around this time because they're running around going crazy, chasing each other.
Of course, they have to do it now.
Of course, right? So yeah, I enjoyed that part of the Ace. But what you brought up though, which was very different and kind of fascinating, was both leads. We didn't have just one.
But I want you to take a look at the face on the left here.
Hokuto?
I want you to take a look at this motherfucker on the left. Now, if you were to take a look at the face on the left and the face on the right, who would you keep and who would you scrap? I would keep the face on the right just based on the fact that the face on the left looked like he's about to wet his pants. Now, okay, my introduction to Hokuto, his face never changed. That stupid look on his face never changed. All right? The first time we see this idiot Hokuto, he's driving down. Okay, we're in the middle of a full-blown kaiju monster attack.
Yes,
right?
yeah.
Full-blown.
Yeah.
The buildings are collapsing.
Right.
The monsters, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
Yes.
Okay, and it is chaos. The world is ending.
Right.
And this motherfucker, oh, stupid kaiju. Oh, but I can't let the kaiju stop me. I've got to get this bread to the orphans.
He's delivering bread to the orphans.
You idiot. The
It's
orphanage,
important.
The orphanage is under rubble. The children are dead. Okay, you idiot. Can you not see? Can you not see the big picture here? Do you not understand?
Yeah.
Do you not understand?
And then,
Okay.
he says, "Fuck it, I'm gonna pull a kamikaze," and he drives straight into the kaiju.
No, you gotta cut to Minami.
Okay, go ahead.
You gotta cut to the sensible one.
Yeah.
Minami.
The
The one on the right that doesn't look like she's about to wet her fucking pants.
Yeah, Minami. Yes.
Okay, the one I would have kept.
Right.
She's a nurse in a hospital. What is she doing like a sensible person?
Right.
She's trying to evacuate a little girl in a wheelchair.
Yes.
From the hospital that's under attack.
Yeah.
She's not rushing back in. I've got to get insulin to the diabetics.
Right. No.
Because,
it's time to roll out. Kaiju stomping.
Yeah, I sensible. Rational.
Go ahead. Finish it.
So the idiot Hokuto is like, oh, well, I guess, yeah. So this idiot runs his bread truck into the kaiju's leg, kills himself, kills Minami. You would think kills the little girl, but the little girl disappears.
Oh
the
my
little
God.
girl is nowhere to be found.
Right.
So he kills himself and kills Minami.
Our hero, ladies and gentlemen.
And Ultraman Ace looks down and says, yes, these two look like a good candidate for me to share my powers with.
2. Hint, hint. 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So these two become the ring bearers, as it were,
Right.
of Ultraman Ace's abilities.
Right.
And so now we have joint bearers of the Ultraman power, which is like, okay, that's cool.
I was very surprised by this.
I was very surprised. Now, I got the hint that that's where we were going, because if you listen to the lyrics of the theme song, the opening theme song.
Right.
And that's what they sing, Hokuto and Minami.
Right. In the theme song.
That never changes.
Right.
Halfway through, which it should,
So-
which it doesn't. And so
Right.
they both become the power.
Yeah. And we got some Wonder Twin Powers activate action throughout the show. And this was very different. And we actually grew to like it. I mean, not so much
Hokuto.
not so much Hokuto. He seemed like he was kind of a tryhard, but the dynamic between them was actually something very interesting. But yeah, here's a shot of the crew here. They go out and they fight terrible monsters. And that's what they call it, terrible monsters there.
Well, that's the English dub.
Right.
That's the bad, not the English dub, but the bad English subtitles.
Yeah,
they're not
terrible
actually
monsters,
called terrible
which
monsters.
is still kind of funny in a way.
Yeah.
But this was what was interesting, was their dynamic. And even though Hokuto was kind of a try-hard.
Kind of an idiot. With a stupid face.
It was interesting, their dynamic, especially towards before the bullshit happens, which we're gonna get into. We're gonna get into that, and we were like, "What the fuck is going on?" Before that shit happens, and they pull the plug on a certain character because of panic and ratings. Their dynamic was really interesting. Again, awesome fights, good episodes, bad episodes here and there, but still an enjoyable watch. But their dynamic was really entertaining because it started to evolve, especially before they gave a certain person the boot. It was almost like they started to share thoughts, and they could, telepathically communicate with each other. There would be a moment where Hokuto's like 50 miles or who knows how long he is away, right?
Wasn't he in space at one point?
Yeah. So it's like he could be so far away, and if he's in trouble, he can call Minami, and she gets up and she looks like, hey, Hokuto's in trouble. And some episodes she needed him, some episodes he needed her, and it was a very interesting dynamic. But no, they said fuck all that shit.
So basically,
Oh, hold on. Let me set this up. Here we go.
okay.
What's up, Ready Clips? What's cracking? So, again, good episodes. We have episodes where this badass motherfucker shows up. Are you guys seeing this? Are you guys seeing the Ultra Brothers crucified? They're being crucified. You seeing this, right? So this badass dude shows up, right? Ultra Ace and him throw down, right? So we have some really good episodes here where the Ultra Brothers show up. And you even get this. This is one of my favorite parts of this series. You get the motherfucking Ultra Slap. What? You get the motherfucking Ultra Slap, right? Original Ultraman is like, look, motherfucker, you're young. You're the youngest here, all right? You need to do what you were called to do. Stop whining. You need to listen, youngling. You get the Ultra Slap. So there were some really good episodes here. And then go.
So there's apparently like two reasons why this happened. It was the 70s. It was Japan. It was this is how it was. People weren't ready for a female co-host of Ultraman. It was backlash of, the audience. Why is there a female involved in all of this with Ultraman?
Yeah.
So it was partly that, and partly the writers not really knowing what to do with her.
Yeah.
In all the episodes.
It's fucked up.
To give equal parts Hokuto, equal parts attention to Minami.
Yeah.
And so they nerfed her, basically.
Yep.
They didn't kill her, but all of a sudden, in her last episode before she kind of she doesn't get redeemed, but
yeah.
So the episode where she goes away,
right?
Suddenly she's an alien from the moon.
Huh? What? So the whole time, keep in mind, both of them have been chosen by Ultraman Ace, right? To Wonder Twins power activate to form Ultraman Ace to fight the villains. So you mean to the evil guys, the kaiju and all that. So you mean to tell me, out of nowhere, out of absolutely nowhere, she is from the moon?
She was on a secret mission.
Yes.
Because some alien came in and destroyed her planet, her original planet. And she was hunting the alien here.
Yeah.
And I guess it was very fortuitous. For some reason, she was fucking around as a nurse. And it was very fortuitous that Ace was around to revive her because stupid fucking Hokuto went and killed her. Good job, Hokuto. You fucked up Minami's secret mission.
But this is how they got rid of her on the show. And again,
it was bullshit.
Their dynamic was really very interesting and fresh. And out of nowhere, she's like, I'm an alien from the moon. Sorry, Hokuto. I kept this secret the whole time. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Right. So she completes her mission.
Yeah, she fights the kaiju on the moon planet, whatever.
And now her people are calling her back, and so she goes back to the moon.
Yeah,
and that's it.
Yeah, she just goes, peace out.
Here's my ring.
Yeah.
You're the stole bearer of the Ultra Rings now.
Yeah,
Bye.
It made no sense.
It was awful.
It was awful, and what made things worse is, they had her in a nice white dress, and she flew around Ultraman Ace for some reason, and then flew to the fucking moon. Because, fuck it, all right? And then, out of nowhere, it would make things worse. They fucked over Minami, so now we're just stuck with this motherfucker for the rest of the fucking show. We're stuck with this asshole, right? Mr. Tryhard here. We're stuck with this douchebag for the rest of the fucking show because fuck it.
And it gets better.
So
not only are we stuck with this dipshit with his stupid face and his idiotic derp attitude, they introduce for the kiddies a brand new stupid irritating child, and they have the gall to name him Dan. Now, in case you didn't know, because we didn't bring it up earlier, Dan was the name of the Earth identity of Ultra 7.
My boy. Yeah.
Which, how fucking dare you? How fucking dare you? And this idiot child was not only irritating, but he ran with a pack of wild hyena-like children all the time.
Yeah.
And he had the gall to go around like this on a constant episodic basis and scream, I'm the sixth Ultra Brother! Did I mention I'm the sixth Ultra Brother? But I'm the sixth Ultra Brother! I'm the sixth Ultra Brother, Hokuto! Hokuto says I'm the sixth Ultra Brother! But I'm the sixth Ultra Brother! I should be able to go anywhere I want! I should have military clearance! I'm the sixth Ultra Brother!
Yeah. Every fucking episode.
And
this annoying ass kid.
Keep in mind, Minami left out of like 52 episodes. Minami left at episode 25.
Yeah,
so
horrid.
Episode 26, this little asshole child comes in, and so for like the next 20-ish episodes, no, maybe 15, 16 episodes, we are graced with this little demon spawn's presence and all of his little demon spawn hyena friends.
Yeah.
Now, you all know I'm not the biggest little kid fan. But if they're tolerable, they're tolerable.
Yeah.
But there is something about 70s Japanese children in these shows. Jesus Christ, they are all irritating as fuck.
Except for the kid in Taro was good.
Some of them,
I liked the kid, and Taro was good.
Some of the main kids are fine.
Yeah,
some of them.
Some of them. Yeah.
Some of them. Like the main kid, like you said, the main kid in Taro was fine. The main
They're
kid
just
in
not
Jack,
good. Which the point she's trying to make is they're not good actors.
The group, the
Right.
ones when they're the ones
Right.
that show up out of random in groups.
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
just
yeah.
like, shut them up. Stop the close-ups. Jesus Christ! Stop writing entire episodes about them.
All right.
Can we get back to Ultraman,
Yes.
please?
Yes. Now here's the thing. I know what you're thinking, right? I know what you're thinking.
Yeah.
Why are you guys complaining about a kids show made for kids? Obviously, it's for kids, so there's gonna be kids on it. Here's the thing, though. So far up to this point, every Ultraman show had a really good balance where you would get your goofy kid episodes once in a while where we'd follow kids and they'd go on kid adventures, and then we would mostly hang out with the adults because the adults were the fucking team that went after and hunted the kaiju. Sometimes they would interlap, right? Is that right? Overlap. And it's fine. There was always a decent balance. But when you completely take out one of the main characters that helped form your fucking superhero alien, and then you're stuck with little annoying kid for every single episode, and to make things worse, at the very end of the show, they ditched the kid.
About 5 episodes towards the end, all of a sudden, he disappears. Never to be heard from again.
After torturing us for like 20 episodes.
They tried to force this connection between him and Hokuto, and there's usually a big reveal at the end between the Ultraman character and his human companion, whatever. He usually he reveals himself and then he flies away or whatever.
Yeah.
And you'd think he would have revealed himself to the 6 Ultra brother.
It's like you forced fed us this fucking kid for like 20 episodes. You think the big reveal is I'm going to finally reveal myself because I have no choice. I have to save the day. Annoying Ultra brother number bootleg 6 kid.
Yes.
I am Ultraman Ace.
Yes.
But no.
He literally disappears about 5 episodes towards the end, and we're forced to kind of hunker down with this rando group of
It was just three kids we never met before, and he revealed himself to them, and then he had to fuck off. Because reasons. Because
Minami told him, "Hey, Hokuto, if you reveal yourself, that's it. You got to bounce."
Yeah, for some reason.
For reasons.
And just to rewind a little bit, so that's how the fucking show ends.
Yeah.
So just keep in mind, when Minami was around, things was interesting, right? Like I said, motherfucking Ultra Slap, right? You got the Ultra Slap, right? Interesting things were happening. As soon as she left, I honestly checked out of the fucking show. I checked out.
It was really hard.
I checked out. It was they did her dirty.
They did her dirty.
They did her dirty.
They did her wrong, yeah.
They did her dirty, and I think they knew they did. Because for some reason, out of nowhere, made no fucking sense. She makes 2 more appearances, which we're going to talk about. But before I know we kind of jump to the end of the fucking bullshit, right? There's a Christmas episode.
There was one episode where we did kind of perk up. Now, keep in mind, there was an episode where Father of Ultra.
We perked up because it was ridiculous.
Father of Ultra had to sacrifice himself at one point, and he had to kind of give his life.
Yeah. Father of Ultra.
Was it 7 that died, or was it then he had to resurrect him?
It doesn't matter.
It was either him.
It's probably 7.
Or Zafi,
it's probably 7.
Or I don't remember who. Because this is one of those series where people start past Ultramen start showing up, and somebody died. He had to sacrifice himself to resurrect him, and so he dies. And he, his body gets fucked off with. Yeah. And, of course, he's either dead or he's not. Because Zafi dies in a future series, and then he just comes back with no explanation.
Yeah.
So we're thinking, Father of Ultra's dead, whatever. And with no resurrection whatsoever, you get a Christmas episode. And it's this really bizarre episode where Santa shows up, but then this other character shows up who's like, how dare you embrace these Western modernized values, blah blah blah, you're blah blah blah. And suddenly you find out that Santa is Father of Ultra.
Yes.
Father of Ultra has been parading as Santa Claus.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You got that?
Yeah.
And suddenly, and the monster of the series causes the people to go blind.
Right.
Because, curses them because
Right.
they're embracing westernized Christmas values.
So guess who shows up?
So Father of Ultra, who's, keep in mind, he's got a Mother of Ultra up in the clouds that we haven't met yet because that doesn't come along until Taro.
Right.
He's got a little side piece.
He does.
And his little side piece is named Minami.
Yeah.
And so Minami comes down on his sleigh. Father of Ultra, who's been masquerading as Santa Claus, has a sleigh. And Minami is his little side piece is coming down on his sleigh with him. And Minami, who's now in white because that's her new outfit, she has these magical beams that shoot out from her armpits, and that heals all of their blindness.
What the fuck is happening?
Now this whole
What is
episode,
happening?
Up until the end, I think was probably one of the most batshit bonkers episodes, and I kind of have to love it because I'm like, okay, embrace the bat foonery. Right, yes. I just created that word, bat foonery. I had to just create a word for that. There you go. There's your bat foonery, folks. Yeah, exactly. That's
Father of Ultra
bat foonery right there.
is Santa Claus. Are you watching this?
Yeah, there you go.
And his side piece, Minami, came back down from the fucking moon.
Yeah.
You got to remember.
To heal them with her magic armpits.
Yeah. Cure their blind. Now,
to cure blindness.
Let's rewind a little bit. This is the same show where she was the chosen one, along with Hokuto, to create the motherfucking superhero alien badass.
The Guillotine Prince.
The Guillotine Prince.
Yeah.
Ultraman Ace.
Yeah.
This is in the same series.
Yeah.
Later, they brought her back to shoot beams out of her armpits to cure the blindness.
Yep. And make her Father of Ultra side piece.
Yeah, because there's another time where Father of Ultra and Minami are together. I'm like, what is going on? Are they doing a little something? Which is kind of surprising because Mother of Ultra's got some big ass fucking titties. Mother of Ultra is fucking. She's got some bazonka boobs.
She's got some mother boobs.
Yeah.
I mean, she's got.
I'm kind of surprised
Christ, but, hey, Minami's cute.
Yeah. And it's just, I think they knew they fucked up. I think this was a sorry. We'll bring her back somehow and heal the blind.
I don't know.
And then they did it again in Taro because I think, again, they kind of fucked up. And they did the actress wrong. And for no reason, in Taro...
Are we going to talk about Taro?
No, just her little quick scene.
So, in Taro, at one point... Now, keep in mind, the series at this point are kind of bringing back more characters, more and more. And they've never really acknowledged that Minami was a host. They've only ever acknowledged Hokuto at this point.
Yeah.
There's an episode in Taro where the
brothers
Ultra come
brothers
down, and it's obviously just Hokuto.
Right.
And
our favorite.
Minami does come down to visit to help out Taro.
Yeah.
Kotaro.
Yeah.
And she flies down from the moon playing the piano. Playing the Moonlight Sonata because because she's playing the Moonlight Sonata because she's from the fucking moon. Because what else would she be playing?
Get it?
Yeah.
So they bring her back again.
Yeah.
And she does her flying thing, and then at some point she grows big. She grows just as big and as giant as Taro.
She's making, is it mochi?
Mochi. They're making mochi.
They're making mochi. Yeah. That's the mochi episode.
So they brought Minami back
to make mochi.
To shoot to shoot beams out of her armpits to save the blind. Yeah. And then they brought her back again.
To help pound mochi.
To help pound and create mochi.
Yeah. Yeah. As you do.
All right.
We love you, Minami.
So hold on, Kijuak. They were smoking some dope shit, y'all. Oh my God. So anyway, I don't regret. You're gonna get the same. I'm gonna say the same thing about Leo too. I don't regret buying Ultraman Ace. When it was good, it was good. Definitely the most violent of all the Ultra series of so far up to this point. And these two, when they were together, it worked. It worked. And unfortunately, as soon as they took Minami out, I checked out, and the rest of the show is just fluff. Oh shit! I forgot about the fucking pea stain kaiju episode.
Was that the same series?
Yes.
Oh no.
Yes. So not only did they did they remove Minami, and they were following Ultra Six brother annoying kid, there was an episode where this child was having issues bedwetting, and the pea stain on the sheet, the kaiju forms itself out of the fucking pea stain. Yes. Yes. So we were really checking out by the end of the show. We were just like, oh, end. Please end so we can go to Taro, for fuck's sake.
There was a lot of watching episodes at 1.5 speed.
Yeah, and what the fuck is it with the peeing? There's another episode later, I think it might have been in Taro, and it opens with the dad kicking the son out of the house because it keeps wetting his bed. What is the pee fetish with Ultraman series? Oh, it's not over. In Ultraman Leo, there's a scene where you have an alien, fucking child alien that's in kind of a genie in a bottle type thing, and when you shake it, it pees. I think somebody who writes the fucking show has a pee fetish. Ultra pee. What is happening? What is going on? All right, we're moving on here. So shout out, shout out to Minami, and shout out to When the Show Was Great, bringing us moments of ultra bitch slap. All right, we're gonna move on to Leo now.
Well, let me just
go ahead.
Like briefly talk about Taro really quick. So with Taro, when we first started watching Taro, like you first are just like slapped in the face, A style, with how insanely goofy everything looks. The what is it?
They embraced the goofy.
Like
but it was still fun,
the
though.
Alien Fighting Force costumes, they all look like clowns.
They did. The vehicles look like circus.
Look like, all you hear is clown music playing. But there is something so inherently purposefully goofy about the show.
But it was fun,
and
though.
Some of the dialogue and the way people are behaving with the kaiju attacks, it's kind of like, okay, yeah, I think we're just like going with it. This series introduced people bum rushing and jumping onto kaiju like a lot.
Punching them and biting them.
The first time we're introduced to Kotaro, who becomes the host of Ultraman Taro, he literally is on a steamship and he jumps off of the ship. This is our lead for the series.
Yeah.
But he jumps off of the ship into the ocean and he just starts swimming to the dock. He's like, "Bye, Captain."
Taro's the wild card of the series.
Crazy.
Yeah, he's the wild card.
Absolutely insane. And
but fun.
He immediately there's a monster attack and he's like, "Oh, you fucked up my garden or whatever." And he bum rushes the kaiju. He jumps on the kaiju and he starts beating the shit out of it. He's biting it. I mean, I'm like, oh, I fucking love this guy. And after Hokuto, I was like, oh, thank God, I got a guy.
Hokuto is the greatest of all time.
So and I'm like, okay, so why don't I ever hear about Ultraman Taro? Everyone's like buzzing about, like, everyone's like, oh no, it's Ultraman Leo. It's always about Ultraman Leo. And I'm like, no, I'm loving Ultraman Taro now. Ultraman Taro has a lot of shitty episodes in it.
Oh, the singing episodes, yeah.
Yeah, but I was having so much goofy fun with Ultraman Taro.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of the irritating kid syndrome and all that, but it just wasn't as much. I wasn't as irritated as I was in Ace.
Right.
So
the second half of Ace, yeah.
Yeah, and it was just more consistent. There was more consistency. You didn't have that shift halfway through that you got in Ultraman Ace. Like there was never that clear cut, okay, there was a cut where, okay, somebody came in, no, we gotta write this out. There was only one character cut that didn't make any sense, and it happened 3 episodes away from the finale.
Right.
And it was kind of like, well, that was really dumb, but it was
Yeah.
3 episodes away from the finale, so I was like, okay, I'll let it ride.
Yeah.
It's like, it sucked and it was stupid, but okay, let's fine.
We got to end the show. Yeah.
Yeah. So at least there was a consistency, and you stayed with the monster fighting force the whole way through the show. So I just wasn't bothered, and again, the character consistency and everything was just, the goofiness was there. So I enjoyed Taro a lot.
Yeah.
Even though
it's got its bad
had a lot of
episodes,
shit.
but yeah, overall
So,
it's entertaining.
Hearing all the praise for Leo,
Yeah,
my expectations were high
mine too.
because I had so much fun with Taro.
Yeah,
And I was like, okay, well, if I love Taro for its goofiness and Leo is supposed to be super dark and violent, I'm like,
or serious. Yeah.
all right,
Yeah.
let's go.
Yeah.
So we start out very promising with Ultraman Leo.
Yo, you guys, at least the first disc out of the Blu-ray set.
Which is what, 6 to 8 episodes?
Yeah, it is legit fucking good. Like, we were looking at each other like, we get it. We totally get why this is amazing, And it's really awesome because we have an interesting, different dynamic now. So we have.
Let's introduce the typical dynamic.
Yeah, go ahead.
Which is Ultraman comes to Earth, fuses with a human, which in the exception is Ultraman 7, which is
Right.
Ultraman 7 is always an alien and he disguises himself as a human,
Yeah.
which is Dan.
Ultra 7. Yeah.
Okay, so Ultra 7, he comes to Earth and
My boy.
Yeah, he's always an alien.
Right.
Which all the other Ultraman, they come to Earth and they find a human. It's kind of like Green Lantern style.
Right.
They choose a human that's worthy of them.
Right.
So in this series, we have an interesting dynamic where we have 2 aliens.
Mm-hmm.
We have one Ultraman, and we have from one planet, and we have Ultraman Ultra 7, and then we have
Gen,
who's from another planet that got destroyed.
yes.
And that's Ultraman Leo. So we have 2 aliens.
Yeah, this
Now,
is cool.
The Ultramen always have to keep their secret. They always join an alien force, and they always have to keep their secret from their team. So there's always that dynamic of, where did so-and-so go? Oh, there's Ultraman. But where did so-and-so go? Well, in this case, you've got the alien who can transform, and you've got the captain, who is now Dan, previously known as Ultra 7, who knows that Gen, who is Ultraman Leo, is Ultraman Leo. So you don't have that stupid dynamic anymore of,
Yeah.
oh, where did Gen go? Because Dan, the captain,
He knows.
always knows.
Right,
Which
right.
is like, oh, I love it. I
This
already
is
love it.
Really good stuff. Really,
So
really good
what
stuff.
happens is an alien attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Ultra 7.
Have it going, Red.
Ultra 7 is attacking the planet. I mean, Ultra 7 is now back protecting the planet.
Right.
And he gets fucked up in this attack, and he can no longer transform.
Right.
And go ahead.
No, that's when Gen
Right.
transforms for the first time into Ultraman Leo and helps save the day. And then that's when, he ends up joining the team. And, that's basically our show here. But what's so it's very fascinating. Very, very, very serious. And the dynamic, what I loved about it is there was a little bit more martial arts kind of introduced into this series, and because that was Year of the Chiba, Sonny Chiba. We gonna have some karate in there.
He even kind of had like the bushy hair and the bushy brows Gen did for a while there.
And we had several episodes straight out of a martial arts movie where Dan would literally martial arts master style beat the shit out of Gen to train him constantly. Like, we're talking like just walk straight up. Like, Gen will not listen to him because he's kind of a rookie and he's learning. And Dan is he's such a fucking savage in this show. Dan will just walk straight up to Gen and just bitch slap him, ultra slap, and just beat the crap out of him because he's not listening. He even at some point
So
runs him over with the vehicle. You guys watching this? This is how much of a savage Dan is during his training for Gen, because Gen's the last line of defense. He tries to run him over.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Dan is stuck with a cane now.
Right.
Because he's basically, while he was transformed as Ultra 7, his leg just got shattered.
Right.
And for some reason, we're never explained why,
Right.
his transforming Ultra 7 glasses were destroyed in the fight. And I guess that's why he can't transform anymore.
Yeah.
But his leg is irreparable also. And gobbledygook alien tech doesn't work for some reason. Nothing can be repaired. We don't know.
Right,
doesn't matter. Blah, 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 gobbledygook.
Yeah, yeah.
He now walks with this cane.
Yeah.
And in several episodes later, this cane is like, it is a torture device. It is a weapon of mass destruction.
Machine guns. Machine gun fire cane. Smoke comes out of the cane. And
we began to fear the sound of the cane for Gen's safety.
He's like, oh shit, he's gonna kick his ass.
We would constantly joke about how every time you hear the cane, it's like, oh shit, Dan's coming, hide, Gen, hide, he's coming for you,
He's
boy.
gonna kick your ass.
I mean, it was scary.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Dan was like this force. Like, I mean, you just don't question Dan, don't look at Dan sideways.
Yeah.
I mean, and
That's my boy.
He did it in a mentor way.
Yeah.
Obviously, he was doing it. There was this really strong dynamic for the first several episodes where he was doing it to strengthen Gen, because he was trying to drive home to Gen that you are Earth's last defense.
Right.
Mac is here,
right,
but you are the hope, because I can't transform anymore. We can only rely on the Ultra Brothers for so many episodes. The budget's only so much.
Yeah.
And he was just trying to strengthen him, and a lot of episodes revolved around that dynamic of strengthening him and training him. And a lot of episodes would be Gen would get his ass kicked,
right,
and then Dan would beat the shit out of him, send him to the dojo training, or send him to the woods training.
It was good stuff.
You have to
man.
learn this move,
right,
and don't come back until you've learned it. And then
right.
he would utilize the move as Ultraman, and
And Dan was kind of like the Optimus Prime of the show. Like, he was always willing to sacrifice himself for the greater good. But despite once in a while you get goofy moments because it's Ultraman, you would get really serious moments, like actual character development, storytelling, and you would kind of see Dan just really missing being able to transform and to help people, and he's just struggling being stuck. But he is the captain of the new team, and this is phenomenal stuff, guys. Like, this is like, really, really insane stuff. Plus, again, more of the martial arts. Yeah, you guys, nunchucks. He grabs a part of the building and makes chucks. So
that's how that works.
It's just fun. There's a lot more martial arts driven action sequences in the show. And this is how much we love Dan. Dan's such a savage in this show that at some point it's not looking good for Ultraman Leo, and the kaiju's kind of choking him out. Dan ejects out of a plane that he's flying. While parachuting down, he grabs his cane, puts an explosive device on the cane, and throws it at the kaiju, blowing part of the kaiju up. Then the kaiju releases Ultraman Leo, and then Dan lands. We were like, dude, Dan is the fucking man. Yeah. And then they fucking ruined it!
Now, another thing that we really enjoyed about this was a running gag that we had going in Ultraman, Ace, and Taro was the respective monster fighting forces. And they were called different things in each series. One was like Zat, and one was like TAC. And
Mac.
Yeah.
Mac.
This one was Mac.
Yeah.
And you'd always get to know the crew. You'd always have your standard crew. And it was very rare that anyone would ever die. And if they did, it was because it was a new character that would get introduced for 1 minute, and then they would literally be introduced so that they would be killed off.
Right.
So other than that, the running gag was that eject! Everyone was always ejecting.
Especially in Taro.
Yeah. And it was
every episode they would eject to get out of danger.
At one point it was like so many episodes eject, and it was a running gag between us, because it's like, oh my god, they must be going, the budget for the military is got to be like exponentially out of this world, because it's like you lose so many machines just ejecting. They're always losing their fucking equipment.
Yeah.
Well, in this series, at first, you don't really get to know anybody. They don't have the roll call that all of the other series had. You don't really have a whole lot of standard people that you get to know, because you just really get to know Dan and Gen.
Right.
You have maybe one or two familiar faces, but I don't really remember learning anybody's names until towards the end, and then it really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And you get very few ejections in this series.
No.
People are crashing into buildings.
People crash and die.
Crashing into kaiju.
Yeah.
Like, it's pretty crazy. Like, we started calling the MAC members red shirts. People were just like, oh,
yeah.
People were dying left and right. Like,
it was like, it seems like later towards the second half of the show, you would see parachutes.
Right.
But for a while.
Yeah. So that was,
people were dying.
That was another good dynamic.
But speaking of people dying, there's an episode, to show how serious this show is before it went to shit. There's an episode where two kids are introduced because they go to Gen's gym. And they're walking with their dad at night. I posted this shit on Instagram and Facebook, and everybody went crazy. They were like, what the fuck just happened? They're walking with their dad. And out of nowhere, the villain of the piece shows up and cuts the dad in half. And you see the top half of the dad flying in the air and landing. And then later, somebody else gets cut in half.
Right in front of the kids.
Right in front of the kids. The kids are traumatized. And of course, Gen has to team up with Dan, and they defeat the villain. But there was actual character development to where the episode after that, the actual 2 episodes after that, the children are trying to move on with their lives, but they're still having the PTSD moment of their dad being gone and what they went through. Like, you never seen storytelling like this in the previous Ultraman shows. We get pea-stained kaiju. That's what we get.
Yeah.
And so we were like, dude, this is fucking nuts, man. Like, we're like so invested and we're loving the show. Yeah. And then, of course, you get the fun episodes, right? You have the goofy fun episodes where the Ultra King comes down and with his goofy Ultra beard. And he, helps out Ultraman Leo, and you get introduced to Astra, which is Ultraman Leo's brother. And I even even though it's goofy as fuck, I could not stop laughing at the episode where he gets shrunken down. It is hilarious. But then you called it. You were like, you know what?
Okay.
There's a lot of episodes left.
Okay.
They're gonna fuck it up.
So Dan, because he can't transform anymore, they gave him this ability to make him a little bit more useful. They gave him this psychic ability,
right,
where he can temporarily, not necessarily control kaiju, but really fuck them up and confuse them and kind of stun them,
right, for
a few seconds,
but
to at least kind of help Ultraman out for a minute,
right.
But
it takes a toll on him.
What the narrator tells you is that it does it, and it takes away his lifespan.
Right.
And every time he does it, it chips away at his life. So what I'm thinking is, okay, this is a trope where you do it too much, and eventually it's going to kill you.
Right.
Now, storytelling dictates that he's going to do it to a point where he's the old guy.
Right.
He's the mentor.
Mm-hmm.
They're setting up this relationship. Now, good storytelling would tell you that he eventually is going to have to do this to sacrifice himself for Gen. Gen has this moment. No, Sensei, whatever.
Yeah.
Dan, no,
Captain.
whatever.
Yeah.
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 Okay. So
we assumed, okay, most likely Dan's gonna die.
Which
the end.
I didn't want him to die.
No,
because he was such a great character.
Right,
but
right.
if he's gonna go out, you want him to go out like a hero.
Right. But for some reason, they even introduced a bootleg power for Dan, where he can call on this robot to help fight. They did that for one episode, and then they never revisited it. Never revisited that.
Right.
Like, what the hell is happening?
Yeah.
So anyway,
the toy didn't sell well.
Anyway, all right. Again, like the other shows, some episodes were phenomenal. Some episodes were average. Some episodes were kind of
There was a lot of episodes that were unwatchable.
Yeah, there was a lot of filler episodes. It was just kind of like
their themed episodes, like a lot of the previous shows where
which we'll get to after the bullshit. We'll get to that after the bullshit. But some good badass shit. The show got back on track with the Ultra Brothers showing up. So we had a throwdown between the Ultra Brothers versus the Leo Brothers right here. We actually had a fight. And it was actually a fun fight because their planet was going to get, it's kind of funny. Their planet, but they're all at some point beating the shit out of each other. But their planet, Ultra Planet, is going to get destroyed. So really great episode. It was like a two-parter, right? Mm-hmm. Really good shit. And we were like, yeah, the show's back on track. This is some good shit. You know, and that's Astra behind Ultraman Leo there. That's his brother. But he's in disguise. That's not really his brother. His brother is controlled by the Kaiju Barbecue. Yes. This is Kaiju Barbecue takes the disguise of Ultra Astra. And Barbecue here is the one causing all the ruckus. So I enjoyed Kaiju Barbecue. I think he was fun. And I'm hoping for future Ultraman shows, Kaiju Barbecue will return because we love us some barbecue, right? So after we had a great,
the silliest.
I know,
it's Barbaroo.
It's barbecue now.
We'll never call him Barbaroo.
No,
it's always barbecue.
Barbecue, yeah. So here's the thing. So we get a really great two-parter. We're like, yay, the show's back on track, and then spoiler warning, alert. The very next episode, we were like, what the fuck just happened?
All right. So we start off at Mac's headquarters, which is a space station hovering above the planet Earth. And something was very suspicious when a female member of Mac that we had seen in a couple of episodes, she had been kind of a semi-regular, but she had never been really given a name, I don't think. And if she had, I didn't remember it.
She was the cutest one. Right. That's why they featured her a little bit more.
Right. But suddenly she had a name. And I was like, that's odd. And suddenly they were celebrating her birthday.
Hold that thought. Keep in mind, after the really good two-parter with Barbecue, they actually acknowledged Ultraman, the Ultra Brothers, actually acknowledged Leo and Astra as basically part of the Ultra family. Like they made them part of the family. Right. So this is like a big moment.
Right.
Now the next episode. Okay.
So suddenly they're celebrating this now suddenly named female Mac member's birthday. And they're all singing her happy birthday with a cake and party and everything.
Yeah.
And Dan suddenly has this weird porn stash. And I'm like, what is going on?
Here we go, guys. Brace yourself.
And I'm like, okay, I don't know if I can get used to Dan with a porn stash for the rest of the series, but okay, there's only maybe 8-9 episodes left. We'll see how this goes. Well, I may have a couple of episodes to get used to it. Okay, cool. So they're celebrating, and all of a sudden, this giant space jellyfish attacks the space station.
Right.
And kills everybody.
Everyone fucking dies.
They try to escape. It eats the space. It eats the escape pod. It eats the ship that's trying to escape.
Here we go. Majority of this cast right here and the female that they were just singing happy birthday to.
Yeah.
They run away, get in the ship. They're trying to get out.
Yeah.
The tongue of the kaiju wraps up the ship, eats everyone.
Yeah.
Everybody's fucking dead.
Yeah.
The people that are left, the last two that are left on the headquarters is motherfucking Dan and Gen. And Dan tells Gen, "You're Earth's last hope. Get out of here." And then Dan, the legend, the savage, Ultra 7 son, just blows up and he just walks away and just blows up in the headquarters. And we're like, this is a dream. No, get the fuck out of here with this shit. And then in the same episode.
So
go ahead, continue the carnage.
So
Gen gets out of there.
The space jellyfish starts attacking Tokyo.
Yeah.
Of course, as you do, as a kaiju does, and it starts like ravaging the place, and all these people start getting caught up. Now Dan has this other dojo friend, this one male friend that we hadn't seen in a
mean
while.
Gen.
I'm sorry, Gen.
Yeah.
Gen has this friend from the dojo, this male friend that we haven't seen in a while.
Right.
He has this lady friend that's
Right. He lives with.
that takes care of the kids also because the
Right.
kids have no parents.
Right.
And the brother and the sister, the little kids.
Whose dad got cut in half.
Right.
They kind of took them in. Yeah.
Right. So the brother gets separated from all three of them.
Right.
And all of a sudden, the three, the male, the female, and the sister, the girl sister.
Yeah.
We see them. It's implied that they are crushed in the attack.
Yeah. Crushed.
And all of a sudden, the brother is running up to Gen and is like, I can't find everybody. Where's my sister? I can't find everybody. And Gen is freaking out, and he's like, oh, well, maybe they got away, because they're looking for survivors in the rubble, and you hear everybody screaming. Like, this is one of the moments where everything seems real in a kaiju attack in one of these shows.
Right.
You never see what's on the ground.
The aftermath.
In the kaiju attack. Yeah.
Yeah. There's people in the hospital looking at a chart.
Right.
And that's how the little kid sees the names of his sister and
The friend and
they're
the
all
girl.
dead.
Yeah.
And people are crying and screaming in the hospital.
Yeah.
We're like, dude, this is insane. But go ahead.
Yeah. Now, keep in mind, this is the first 7 minutes of the episode. So we have a lot more episode to cover.
Yeah.
So 7 minutes in, and the little boy is like in tears because he sees the guy friend, he sees the lady friend, and then he sees his sister. And
Right.
It's this big dramatic thing where he's crying.
And these are main characters. The kids are main characters and the
Yeah.
girl. They've been there the whole time. So they're dead.
Yeah.
Along with the entire team of Mac, and Dan are all dead.
Mac is dead. Dan is dead. The three main characters are dead. So Mac has been obliterated.
Yeah.
Mac, which is your defense force of kaiju,
Right.
is obliterated.
The purpose. That's their purpose. Yeah. To
And-
fight kaiju.
So your main cast, with the exception of Gen and the little kid, kid is the boy kid is dead, and we're like, okay, I'm waiting for the kaiju just cast a spell on Gen to
Right.
trick him to blah blah blah.
This is a dream.
Right.
Yeah.
Because not since Ultraman Jack, which is the Return of Ultraman, have we had a moment like this where main cast members,
Yeah.
were like brutally killed out of nowhere.
Yeah.
When that happened. Like that actually happened in an episode.
It's insane. Yeah.
And we were just kind of like, did that just happen?
Yeah.
Like, oh my
Yeah.
God, that just fucking happened.
Yeah.
And so we're like, is this really happening? Is this really happening?
Yeah.
So 7 minutes in, all of this just legitimately happened. And we're just like,
Yeah.
So all of a sudden the narrator steps in and is like, yep, that really happened. That really happened, folks. Everybody's dead. And so Gen and the kid have to start their lives anew. And we're just like,
In the same episode.
so this nurse, for no reason,
Yeah.
that was at the rubble site at the hospital tending to all these people, she decides to take Gen and the kid in with her own family. Now she's got a teenage daughter and a little daughter, no husband.
Right.
You know what that means. So she takes them in, and suddenly they're living with her.
Yeah.
And we start getting introduced to them.
Yeah.
And now it's the Brady Bunch. It's a totally different show.
Yeah.
And the next 15 minutes,
Yeah.
it's them, and it's Mac free. It's like rural. It's bland. There's nothing visually. There's no more sci-fi. It's just children and family and an occasional kaiju attack, and we're just sitting here like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
No.
It's just.
I was sitting there stewing in rage.
Yeah.
Like, I am mad. Like,
Yeah.
I don't like this.
Yeah.
Like, this is awful.
Yeah.
And we're just like, keep in mind, when the two kids' dad died, we had 2 episodes to watch them grieve and process.
Yeah.
And in the span of 7 minutes, all of a sudden, it was like the writers of Ultraman Ace's second half of the show came in and like, nope, this is how the world works now. We're over it. Get over it. Fuck you. This is how the show is now. Budget cuts. We only have 9 episodes to clear this. And
that was my theory, is that this has to have been a budget cut type of decision, because it didn't make any sense. And we were angry because, okay, all of Mac is dead. So that was just weird. But we were surprised the girl and, the little girl dead.
Yeah.
We were surprised. But we were more angry that our boy Dan really went out like a punk. Like, he really didn't even, like, get away again. I'm going to hit the self-destruct button on the headquarters or something. Like, you know, it was so sad.
All that pointless buildup.
All, like,
with the psychic powers and the...
All the really awesome character development between both of these characters. And Dan dealing with being powerless, but still trying to do what's great for mankind. He just gets blown up. Like, no heroic death, nothing. And it was just... And what made things worse is, okay, they want to change things for the show. They want to, okay, he's with a new family. Gen's with a new family now. And that's how the show ends. But this happened literally. This is the point we're trying to make. This happened literally in the exact same episode. All the main characters dead first 7 minutes. The rest of the show, characters we don't know, characters we don't give a shit about. Who are these kids? Who are these people Gen is living with? We don't care about any of this shit. We're like, wait a minute. What the fuck just happened here? And then from then on, every single episode, this douchebag shows up. Every single episode till the end of the show. A fucking Phantom of the Opera, Darkman, what have I become?
The Shadow.
The Shadow douchebag shows up at the beginning of every episode and calls out, my new saucer kaiju, come down and kill Ultraman Leo. Every single episode started with this douchebag. Ultraman Leo went and fought the kaiju of the week.
For like 2 minutes.
For 2 minutes.
It was,
And then we just went to, it was literally this.
But.
Every single episode till the end.
But.
Go ahead.
It was also, every single episode was a new batch of kids.
Yes.
Every episode.
Just like Ultraman Ace, the balance was shifted.
It was awful.
It was just nothing but kids.
Gen was barely in the episode, and now there was no Mac to balance it out. There were no adults to balance it out. Gen would show up for like a minute.
Yeah.
Ultraman would show up. We literally forwarded through an episode where Gen was hardly in it, and when he fought, when Ultraman finally showed up and fought the kaiju, we were like, oh my god, is the episode over? It was like it blink and you missed it. It was unwatchable.
Yeah, it was horrible. Like, what the fuck? Can we bring back kaiju barbecue? I'm screaming for some barbecue. Okay? And then, just to show you guys how budget cuts and low ratings, believe it or not, the ratings for this show wasn't good. That's why they kind of put Ultraman on a big hiatus, and Ultraman really didn't come back until the 80s in an animated show and in one live-action show, and then nothing till the 90s. Is because the ratings were low and because of budget cuts. Because think about it. You get rid of Mac, there's all those ships and airplanes and models you don't have to make and blow up every week. You know, and it was just so dumb. It was like the purpose of Mac. Every show, guys, every Ultraman show, there is a team. And the purpose of the motherfucking team is to keep an eye out for alien invasion and kaiju. Soon as they're dead, they're never mentioned again. There's no new team made.
And we're back to the military.
And the military randomly shows up to fight. Yeah. It was so bad.
We see them once.
And Gen is just wearing a fucking sweater, sitting in the fucking living room, paying his rent with the nurse, if you know what I'm talking about. If you know what I'm talking about. Rent is due, son. Right? And we're introduced to nothing but fucking annoying kids for the rest of the show. What happened? But it was budget cuts, and I'm gonna give you guys an example of how our theory of budget cuts happened, and which is kind of fucked up the show, and they had to get rid of everybody. Look at this kaiju here. Look at this. You guys ready for this? This is some bullshit. Now, sometimes the kaiju look good, sometimes they look goofy, sometimes there's a combination. But this is how bad the kaiju started to look towards the end. You guys ready for this? Look at this shit. What the fuck is this? What is this? What the fuck is this? What is this? Is that like a red tablecloth they just threw over there? And what is that, a balloon? We got a basketball? What the fuck is this? I hope you guys enjoyed that.
Oh my God.
But it's so sad because the first disc and a half of episodes We were like, yeah, Mac's down here. He's pissed off too. Right? And we were like, dude, Ultraman Leo is legit.
Hey.
Ultraman Leo's fucking badass. And then it just turned into fucking this shit. The fucking turned into this, which turned into this.
Oh,
what is this?
Oh, man.
So we had to rant. We had to rant about it. And it's mostly because when the shows were good, they were good. When the shows were fun, they were fun. And all of a sudden, just like Ultraman Ace, Ultraman Leo just like, Jesus Christ. I hope Ultraman 80 is good. I hope Ultraman shows in the 90s, which we're going to be getting soon on DVD. I'm going to be buying them. I hope they're good. Yes. Kool-Aid Man on crack. Yes. And I'm going to wait. I have the 2000s, some of the 2000s Ultraman show, and I'm going to wait because I want to get 80 comes out very soon. And I want to, it's an abomination. That's what it is. Here you go. It looked like if it took one of those floppy balloon men. Yeah, it's terrible, and but here's, again, just like what I said about Ultraman Ace, I don't regret buying Ultraman Leo. Again, when the show was good, it was good. We had nunchucks, action, we had drama, we had amazing character development. When the show's good, it's great. But unfortunately, it just we had to get this off of our chest and rant about this. So, out of all the shows, is Taro still your favorite? She likes Taro because she thinks he's cute.
He was cute. And he was fucking crazy.
Are you insane? He's not as cute as this guy. Oh, I mean, come on. This is the guy. I mean, one more time for you guys.
Any guy that bum rushes a kaiju and jumps on him and starts biting him is like okay with me. Okay. It's like, yeah.
Whew. So that's our fat rant of the day. Again, I don't regret buying both series, but it just sucks because both of them had so much potential and they were so good, despite your goofy episode here and there, and then it just completely just went off the rails. Another thing I heard was the ratings were dipping because of Kamen Rider. Kamen Rider came out and was popular, and that's why Ultraman was struggling a little bit. I'm still an Ultra fan. I will always enjoy the Ultra Brothers. I will always enjoy Ultra Slap. Okay? I will enjoy the violence. I don't know if the 2000 show is this violent. I hope they are. I mean, obviously the visuals are better. But, again, when the shows were good, they were great. And if you're still interested in checking them out, even though we kind of spoiled a lot, at least we warned you. So maybe when you watch it, it won't hit as hard as it did us. But we loved Dan. Mm-hmm. And it was, it just, they threw away everything just to bring us a new group of people that we just didn't care about. Still, again, when the shows were good, they were great. So, Ultra rant over. Anything else you want to say about the shows or anything?
Fuck Hokuto.
She loves Hokuto. It's her favorite.
Disgusting.
That's right.
Even when he came back, there was an episode in Taro where the brothers came in. All the brothers came in. Original, Dan, Jack, everybody.
Yeah.
And they all had their stupid little 70s black and brown outfits, which I never liked.
I think we got a picture right here. Here we go.
Yeah, you can see
Ultraman Jack on the right of Dan there.
Yeah.
He got the goofy outfit.
Go.
I'm sorry.
Well, no, his name is Go.
Yeah.
Jack. That's Ultraman Jack.
Yeah.
But his name is
the
Go.
Goofy outfits.
And I never liked those outfits. They're so stupid. They're so 70s. And that's when Kotaro was starting to get a little too big for his britches. But when Hokuto was trying to act all hard, like, you need to shape up, I'm like, shut up, Hokuto. Shut the fuck up, Hokuto. Nobody wants to hear shit from you.
Oh my god. But yeah, again, when the shows are good, they're great. So, check them out if you guys are still interested, even though you just prepare for the dip, man.
Just watch it on a player where you can watch it on 1.5.
Yeah. One more time. This was amazing. I could not stop laughing at this episode. But yeah, just another warning. You go from this, to yay. All right, Ultra Rant is over. Thanks for hanging out with us on this bizarre time of the day, but we had to sneak this in. This would have been the only time. So we thank you, all you badasses, for hanging out. And don't forget, tonight, come back on the channel, son. That's right. Join PhatSamuraiGuy and the Kung Fu Genius. That's right, Alex Richter. We're going to be talking Wing Chun and martial arts movies and all kinds of stuff and martial arts stories and all that cool shit tonight at 7 p.m. Pacific time. So I'll see you guys a little bit later. Don't forget about Versus tomorrow, 6 p.m. Pacific time. The Seagal in his prime, Out for Justice versus Under Siege. Who you got? That's right. And Friday, we have a special guest as well. So busy, fun week. And you guys rock. I'll see you guys next time. I'll see you guys a little bit later tonight. Take care, guys. Say goodbye, Mac. Peace out, guys.